usually find content is like it's usually by like a link association, right? So, for example, I hear about like usually a lot of podcasts work where they have a guest from another show or whatever. That I hear about that, and then that's how I find out about that show or whatever, rather than it being recommended by YouTube as like, this is trending, watch this video. And who's always trending? Like HBO is trending because they basically
It's fucking boring.
but they pay YouTube to be on the front page all the time. That's why they're there. It's not because they're
It's
not
I
because
basically
I respect that. I respect that.
It's boring, especially here in Mexico. I'm getting a lot of music videos, TV celebrities here locally in Mexico. It's pretty much boring for me. I don't know. Yeah,
But I think for
I
like
don't
the
watch
average
them.
Facebook user who's like, oh, I like taking pictures of my lunch and posting it to Facebook, and I like watching the trending videos on YouTube. And I still have a cable
That may
subscription
be
for television.
trending. Yet I fail to see how, for me at least, how would that be interesting to me? Yeah. For example, here, I don't remember how did I met you guys.
I tweeted you during the Learn to Code thing.
Oh yeah.
I found you through the Learn to Code hashtag. Actually, I think that's how I came across your Twitter. And you had mentioned starting a Learn to Code podcast because you were going to talk about Learn to Code. And I listened to the first episode of the audio thing because it was on a website, but I don't have the link anymore for that website.
Hey, could I?
You should post it in the chat so that other people can see it. But
can I get some background on this? Is this like, because I literally read something today where a guy who does hashtag Learn to Code gets banned from Twitter? Is this related at all?
Yeah, I was banned for it actually. Yeah.
Yeah, like you were. Oh, that's right. But I was reading like another article about how like a lot of people got banned for Learn to Code. This guy, like he wanted to like introduce people for his Learn to like Code videos or something. Like why was it? Can I get background on this? Because I'm not familiar with this.
Well, basically, you are getting banned because an algorithm inside Twitter is looking for specific words in your tweets.
Yeah.
So basically, if you type the phrase "learn to code," and if you include in that very same tweet an offensive word, then you are getting banned.
Oh, that's so dumb.
But that's because a lot of BuzzFeed journalists got laid off, and a lot of people started mocking them, telling them to learn to code, because these BuzzFeed journalists years ago were telling miners who were getting laid off to learn to code. And that's where it originates from, because they were the ones who started saying it first. And there were no repercussions when they were telling miners to learn to code.
Right.
When BuzzFeed got laid off. And I think Jorge explained this was it in your podcast that you explained this, or when you were on our show? You explained this actually before.
Yeah, I explained it on the show here, and I talk about it on my podcast on the first episode. Yeah, they were actually telling a lot of coal miners when they got fired that they should actually learn to code.
Yeah.
The thing is that these people are ages 15 years and beyond, so they are not going to be learning to code anytime soon. They are basically unhireable at this point. So even if they and they just don't have the interest for it. So it was basically being used as a bullying tactic against them. Yet, as our partner, as Tentacle say, there were no repercussions. Yet,
Wait,
when
was
they
it
got
50
fired,
or 15? 1-5?
no, 50 years.
Okay. Yeah, because I was like 15. Fuck.
No. Coal miners are very old actually, because it's not a profession that young people is aspiring to be.
No, I get that totally.
Yeah.
Man, I shuddered the day that I turned 50 and I'm suddenly unhireable.
You're a coal miner.
I shudder that, if I ever live to that day, that scares the shit out of me. I think that scares the shit out of me more than death itself, because it's like I'm stuck in limbo, not being able to earn money, but at a place in my life where I need money like the most.
Well, you may get jobs. The problem is that if you want to develop a career, that takes too much time. And if you are 50 and you need at least 10 years to be a journalman, someone that is actually proficient in the craft, is going to take you at least 10 years to get to that point. So that's why you are unhireable for a career. You may get jobs. You may work on Walmart maybe, or serving or turning burgers on Burger King, whatever. But getting a career is going to be really hard because you just don't have enough time on your life yet. So
this is like a reverse. Yeah, sorry to like get depressing in this podcast, guys. that's
no, it's good. It's important to talk about because it's real shit going.
It's harrowing is what it is. I wanted just to have that reminder out there. But holy shit, yeah. So now like the BuzzFeed people are getting their just dessert because they used to say that to others, and now that they're actually which I now that I think about it, I hate because they're getting views from all their I just quit BuzzFeed videos. You know?
Well, the thing is that
they got bought out. They lost their business.
The thing is that in a recent Joe Rogan podcast, and I listen to that podcast often, by the way, Jack from Twitter, the CEO of Twitter, and I believe an employee that works as a legal consultant for him, they were invited to the show. And there is this guy called Tim something, I don't remember.
Tim.
And you know who he is then. So Tim was asking the hard questions, and basically Jack was silent, and his legal advisor was basically just evading the question, basically, and she was answering them. The thing is that they were claiming that they were trying to make Twitter available for the most amount of people possible, to give everyone a voice. And that was certainly not true.
Exactly.
And Twitter judgment was leaning to the left side of the political spectrum.
Yeah.
And they were just denying that. They were telling everyone that basically Twitter doesn't side with any political spectrum. They are neutral, and they are working to ensure a global community, not just an American community or a left-leaning community. And Tim was basically telling them that that's a lie, and that it doesn't feel like that in any way, shape, or form. And they were just in denial, or maybe they just didn't know what's going on inside Twitter, because they may be the CEO and the legal advisor. Yet the truth is that less than 1,000 people are moderating the tweets worldwide, and they all reside in San Francisco. So how do you think that's going to work?
Right. I totally agree with you 100%. Go ahead, Collector.
Yeah, the lawyer, she was like, and the CEO, they were like, we're not necessarily a free speech platform, but we're trying to create maximum speech opportunity by banning people. It doesn't make any sense. I was just watching that, and they kept repeating the same line. We're gonna create more speech opportunity by banning people.
It was
they sound like
play responses.
They sound like the freaking computers in the end of Metal Gear Solid 2, where the guys like, the main character's like, what you're doing is censorship, and they're like, we are not censoring, we are creating context. That's what we are doing. And these like AIs that are talking to like the main character as they're like basically messing with him.
In this case, it actually happened
a lot in media. I mean, you in having worked in corporate, 100% of training and the verbiage that's used in corporate culture is basically that you're just hiding what you're really trying to do, right? Like, not for good or for bad. Amazon, it's just like that's how business lingo is created. Amazon's whole stick is that they are delighting customers. You know, that's their thing. And I like Amazon. I'm not trying to like pick on them. I'm just saying that's an example of how like they come up with one corporate slogan and then everything they do revolves around that. And it's hard to get away from that. Because if you say one
very
thing wrong,
effective.
Well, I mean, just look at Google. They just got rid of their "We don't be evil," but they're like, "Nah, we're gonna be evil. We're just gonna get rid of the slogan."
Because it wasn't true. They were being evil the whole time.
If they say that, then it's a point of contention. So therefore, the slogan doesn't work anymore. They gotta come up with a new slogan, like some other thing. You know, that's like, oh yeah, connect the world. That doesn't mean we're not going to be evil. We will just do whatever we can to connect the world, whether it by good means or evil means. We don't specify. That's basically every company.
We don't concern ourselves with mundane details such as that.
Well, yeah, which is the thing, you know, with Twitter, it's like,
I mean, that's kind of what I wanted. It's kind of what I wanted the Business Boys show to be, like, kind of like a parody of that. You know what I mean? Like, where it's like kind of like, kind of lampooning the whole like corporate double talk type thing. So we need more corporate double talk in our episodes where we talk about stuff that doesn't, we say a lot of shit that doesn't mean anything.
Exactly.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is that you need to do the hard questions to answer.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you are not afraid to say the answer, maybe it's not a hard question at all.
Yeah, but
that's right. That's totally true.
I kind of want to make it so it's like you bring up the idea is like you kind of want to make the listener have the question in their mind. You know what I mean? So in the show, you're saying some nonsense, and then like bring up like you bring up a point. It'd be kind of like the example I would bring up is the one where Jan Ronkowski was a guest, right? And he was talking about how he had started watching the YouTube channel Game Theory, where they talk about like these weird conspiracy theories around the plots of video games. It's saying like, oh, like, you know, there's like this really like hidden lore that like Mario is actually Sonic the Hedgehog's father or something like that, right? Like that's the kind of stuff that channel talks about. And then he was saying that there was one episode where the game theorists, like, they had this one guy who was he played Call of Duty World at War, which was like a World War II video game, and he went into the level where he went into the concentration camp level, and then like he was showing them like the incinerator rooms and stuff like that, and he was saying like, oh, look at this and all this stuff over here. There was no way that the Nazis in the Call of Duty universe could have cremated that many bodies in that short amount of time. So he basically proved that the Holocaust never happened in the Call of Duty universe. It's like he proved that the Holocaust never happened in the Call of Duty universe. So, you know, it like he can't look at modern warfare the same way because, you know, he knows now that it's all just a bunch of pointless wars for Israel. And then he follows it up by saying, "I'm glad it's not like that in real life." But the implication he's making is like he's putting, you know, forth the idea for people.
He's actually thinking objectively by watching evidence inside that world.
But
that's why it's interesting.
Yeah, but he's bringing up he's bringing up like a nonsense story.
Yeah, but it's an interesting story.
I hear an echo. You guys hear an echo?
Yeah, I hear an echo too.
I'm gonna turn me. I don't know. I'm gonna turn my on.
Okay.
Oh, wait, is it reading this?
Daisy is echoing, I think.
Jorge, I think it's yours.
It's mine?
Is it?
Yeah, I started streaming this.
Okay.
Oh man, I wasn't. That was like some behind the scenes stuff I was supposed to talk about the Yawn episode.
Oh shit.
Well, you can always delete it too.
I just want to delete that one segment. I already Hello?
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 Yeah, I think Taze is echoing.
Yeah, Taze, because Taze, when you talk, you don't echo, so that's why I know it's you.
All right, so
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
so yeah, like is it possible to just chop off like a bit of a stream and then like the rest like
What, the Echo Bart?
no, the part where I was talking about where I was explaining what the show
why?
was about. Because that's not part of the show. The show is not supposed to explicitly say what is going on. But anyway,
Okay.
No,
okay, so episode 21 is titled Interrogator has the stream key, no ban please. So that way YouTube won't ban us for anything that happens here.
Okay,
Yeah, I
so
think you can go in and edit videos through YouTube. So you just have to kind of look into doing that.
Oh man, I wish I had enough effort to do that. But yeah, thank you for the information.
You know what? I'm going to start making an interview podcast now that I'm thinking about it. I don't think that I'm going to be talking about programming though. I already had one for that.
Well,
Yeah.
that's good. You could do that. Gerard says Fiddy. I don't know who's paying attention to the YouTube chat, but I like how we have a
I
viewer.
forgot about that actually.
Yeah, I'm going.
Gerard has a show too, actually.
You know what? I give you the bell on YouTube and I'm not receiving notifications. Yeah, let me.
Hey guys, subscribe if you really enjoy the content. Please subscribe and like the video and follow and hit that bell for notifications because
That doesn't do anything.
Notifications are censoring us. And
Wait, is that a recording that you're playing?
Yeah, that was.
No, that's we should put that in every video. Like.
Oh shit! Oh fuck! You tricked me, man. I thought it was a record. I was like, oh, this is awesome.
Yeah, that shit was live.
Well, I made my voice more nasally.
It sounded like a recording, dude.
Pretty much what they all say, right? You just gotta throw that in there. You know, like probably the more times the better. Like 4 times a video, maybe. You know, just in case they skip around.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I going to create more content on my own, and maybe bring that here.
Yeah.
Or at least to talk about it.
Hey, it's not a zero-sum game out there.
Yeah, dude.
It's not a zero-sum game. If you get big and you bring your guys over, or vice versa, yeah. Hey.
Yeah, just know we started here. Don't forget us, little guys.
I don't think that I will ever get big because I do this for fun. But I wonder what can I get somebody to say if I just interview him or her. I may like to interview a feminist, actually.
Yeah, you know,
I find
the trick
them...
is... Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think the trick is like, from what I hear, and this is like also advice to myself, but it's to really not have any like preconceptions going in and let them do the talking. So basically they just do the work for you. And they would love to do that because they want to get their like voice heard, right? So like what I see a lot of successful video, I know Joe Rogan does this, the guy I watch does this, is that instead of injecting like, they literally just ask very, very, very basic questions. So you're a feminist. Can you give me some background? Or why? You know, or and then you'd be like, how do you feel about people who are not feminists? So I'm talking about like very like stupid basic questions, and then the trick there is to have them fill the room is what it is. And I think that
like it's a lot less entertaining than the way Ali G did it when he basically just straight up asked like, oh, so which is better, men or women? And then like. And then
that would be funny. That would be super
funny. But
and then
very short.
That's what he did. He was saying like, "Oh, do you think that it's okay for a woman to try a bit of feminism when she's drunk at a party and then go back with her boyfriend the next day?"
Yeah, or you could go that route. You could listen to a T-Prince and go that route. Just balls to the walls, bro.
Yeah, just like straight up, you know. Hey, look, I'm totally the next Ali G, just using the same exact jokes that he used back when he did his show.
I mean, I think everyone's just no one's truly original. Everyone's just a copy of everyone. I just want to
that's basically it. Just like straight up, like find something to copy and then just copy it. I think I'm gonna do that from now on. Like,
well, at the end of the day, we're having conversations, right? What you described right? It's just, rule number one of conversations, which is listening, In the
Rule
end, if
number
your
one of business
conversation falls
boys.
flat,
Rule
right?
number one of business boys online: if you're gonna fap, you gotta mute your mic if you're fapping. Right? That's rule number one. Okay.
What if I'm drinking?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Rule number
once
2
again, there's
is
no
fap
rules
at
to
least
conversation.
twice
Everyone has their different
per stream.
personalities, right? Just like the one you just described. But I think, the first one Taze described was somebody, who has just the basics listening, for example. Yeah.
What if
I feel like
after
it's
all,
like a tricky way.
What if you don't have basic listening skills, and you're interviewing somebody?
well, if you can still hold a conversation, then that's pretty good. And then people will look for you based on the unique attributes of your show.
That you have a guy
work
who's
out,
asking questions and not really paying attention to what the other person is saying. Like,
Oh, that's good. That's a good idea.
I mean, that's not exactly what Jesse Lee Peterson was doing to Destiny, but that was like somewhat close. I don't know if you guys have seen that that episode.
No. Do you
There's
have a link for that?
Yeah, it's much better with the commentary from the kill stream where Dick Masterson is like just talking about how, because there was one segment where Jesse Lee Peterson told Destiny to get closer to the mic, and then Dick just pauses, or Dick's like saying like, "Oh, you made him." He basically told him to get closer to his like his penis shaped mic over there. I'm like, oh yeah.
Maybe he just wanted better audio.
Yeah, that's what he wanted. He wanted better audio, but
Yeah.
basically they're making a joke about how like he's dominating him and like basically making him get closer to the mic by doing that.
Asking him politely to get closer to the mic.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
It was a pretty brutal interview.
Okay.
Yo,
You got to put that up on Discord. I have to watch it.
It's funny because it's both on Jesse Lee Peterson's channel and on Destiny's channel. And
is edited in both, or
it's on both channels, and it's funny because if you look at the comments, like the ones who are pro Destiny are always saying like, "Oh, I can't believe you talked to this guy. This guy's so dumb." Blah blah blah. Blah. The ones who are anti Destiny are just talking about how like Jesse Lee Peterson like just totally owns him, like. Because he just like asks a question, and then Destiny, I think the way he acts, it seems like Destiny thinks that that Jesse Lee Peterson is gonna try to trap him in like a logic trap, saying like, "Oh, you said this contradicts what you said earlier," blah blah blah. Like,
yeah, because that's how Destiny thinks.
He's expecting to Jesse to antagonize him, I guess,
or like trap him in like it's like, "Oh, I got you. You said something and you contradicted yourself." Like, I think that's what he was expecting.
Yeah.
But I think Jesse Lee Peterson was just straight up wanting a straight answer, and then like when Destiny just doesn't answer the question, Jesse Lee Peterson just repeats the question.
Like, do you love black conservatives?
That's what you have to do.
Yeah.
So yeah,
and it was so funny because like he'll ask him. He asks him like a lot of ridiculous. It's not even ridiculous questions. It's just like straight up questions, and then like Destiny could have just said yes or no or whatever, or like, but no, I think he was expecting a trap, but the actual trap was that there was no trap.
Yeah, maybe that person is not used to honesty.
Well, when he debates people, Destiny, when he debates people, what I've heard from people.
Wait, is he actually interviewing him or debating him?
I think it's more like an interview, but Destiny seems to like to treat everything as a debate. I think. I mean, I'm just guessing based on the limited exposure I have to him.
You're spot on with that.
Destiny was a pro StarCraft player, right? That's his background.
Oh yeah. A friend of mine actually met him, and
he's a pro StarCraft player. Then I followed him on Twitch as a League player. Now he's a voice for political commentary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's why I wanted to play the game. Is the internet is just it's such a mixing bowl right now of people who just literally go on and make a brand for themselves, and you could pivot into anything you really want to. It seems like is why I wanted to do this. And I think I wanted secretly, like, my secret plan is to do this and then like give myself the balls to do my own vlog, or I will never be a pro streamer. I don't think I'll ever be like a good gamer. But
well,
I
you
think
don't
I
know
just
that.
want
You
to
don't
like
try.
I mean, I'm like I play the games. Maybe I'll be entertaining. Like I'll make jokes, but I'll never be like super good at the games. Which is fine.
You know what? You might want to be like the kind of streamer who, if my friend were to stream video games, that would be the streamer that he is. Remember how I told you about the story about that guy who wrote that racist Chinese essay? The same guy who was the guy who does Crew, and he got second place, and he was talking about, oh, I got second place, and then like later on, I found out that there were only 2 votes in that race. So,
Okay.
yeah, so that guy, the way he plays video games, he seems to have a lot of fun. He's good at one game, and that game is World of Warcraft. Every other game, forget about it, right? He plays Halo, and he just basically just spins the control stick all over the place while trying to shoot randomly, not hitting anything, and then he gets killed, right? So another thing that he really loves to do is when he's on Xbox Live, he likes to talk shit. Like when he's like, he's playing against like some like 13-year-old kid or something like that, and
it's
he's saying
entertaining.
like, oh yeah, man, I'm totally gonna kick your ass, yeah, and then he gets killed like immediately as he's saying that. The guys,
yeah, I see what you're saying.
The kid's like, yo, dude, you suck, and he's like, no, man, I'm totally gonna like kick your ass in this game because I'm gonna win. And then the guy's like, dude, you have like 0 kills and 5 deaths, you suck. And then he's like, and then he's just like, hey kid, you ever been with a woman? And like,
oh shit,
that he's talking to, and like he's talking to the little kid's like, what? Like, and he's like, hey, like,
do you know how babies are made?
And he said like, hey, do you like black girls? And then the kid's like, what are you talking about? Like,
he literally doesn't know what he's talking about.
Because he's like talking like talking like a little kid basically, and then like and then he's like, yeah, you like that roast beef, don't you? And the kid's like
the thing is that's actually content that seems to be interesting. I do watch a lot of compilations of those kind of clips actually.
Yeah, and to add on to it, I was watching this one where it's literally like 3 guys, they play Fortnite, and they talk and joke as if like it just sounds like 3 guys at a bar talking and joking about their lives while they play Fortnite as like visual distraction. But then they would just make like, they're actually really like comedic. They'll come with really clever jokes. I can't repeat that. I can't think of something off the top of my head. But they just you watch it for their conversation with each other, not really for the game. So I see what you mean. Like I don't need to have the requirement that one needs to be good at a video game.
What you described is literally like half of the podcast. Who are these podcasts? It's a podcast that reviews other podcasts. They review a different podcast each week, but the second, like the last segment of their episode, they're always reviewing. I think it's the Opie Radio podcast with the guy from Opie and Anthony back in the day, and they record their podcast in a bar.
Yeah. Okay. I see it. I think that's just something you just have to keep in mind, because I tend to like think myself into a hole. Like I need to like do these, and my ducks need to be in order before I start to do my own thing. So like, thanks for that.
Well, you need to get something done. It doesn't matter what.
So I'll tell you what I've been doing. What I've been doing is I game development group in back in Dallas, and we went to like 4 conventions where we want to showcase our games. So I actually got booths.
Oh, nice.
At a convention, and they got booths. I was part of the team, so I was one of like four dudes. And what I did was I took a lot of B-roll of the conventions, and by B-roll I mean just like, like, oh yeah, here's us. We're walking into the convention. Here's my hand opening the door. Here's a pan of like the entire convention. Basically, my like secret goal is to somehow put the B-roll together and to turn into some sort of vlog. And it's what I have now. And,
well, you will be surprised how many people is interested in how to develop their own games or how to learn how to program games. And there is not many people talking about it.
Hey,
you will be surprised how many people will be interested in listening to you, actually.
But I mean, that sounds like if you're talking about the game development and streaming yourself making a game, it would be very, very similar to Terry A. Davis's.
You have to link that to me. whether on Discord or on our.
I don't know if he still has. Like, I think he took down his channel or something, but there are probably some archives of his videos.
I think what I've been like subconsciously doing, also did this in Japan, is just randomly taking a lot of B-rolls and fully like, and I never really took like videos of my own face. I feel like I don't think I'm ready for that yet. What the hope there is so that I could weave the B-roll together and put like some.
I go out and watch videos myself of Japan sometimes just to remind me of the place, and those videos have like hundreds of thousands of views, and they don't have any talking, and they don't have any they don't have the guy in it.
Okay.
They do have high video quality.
Okay.
Like visual, or like DPI or whatever it is.
Gotcha. Yeah, I feel I could be mediocre in that. I took videos with my iPhone 6s Plus. It has I think it's 1080, 1080p. So yeah, thanks for like motivating me to
it might be good,
get that done eventually. Yeah, I had to do it.
That's a lot better than LGBTQP.
What is that?
What's a G?
It's a new camera.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but everything is rainbow tinted.
Why? Oh, you're messing with me, dude. I get it. Never mind.
Wow. Oh.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I just got it. Fucking. I get it. Oh, Jesus. All right, guys. I just Googled what LGBTQP is, and it's actually a thing.
Is that actually a thing?
Would you guys like to venture a guess as to what the P stands for?
Pussy.
Okay, we got one.
We
got one guess.
It's lesbian, gay, bisexual, transsexual, queer, or questioning, and pedosexual. What's pedosexual?
Pedosexual.
Oh my god.
It says.
Yeah. Yeah, what the fuck?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's children. Okay.
But this throws a wrench in my plan because now I gotta add something to my LGBTQ sandwich. Have you guys had an LGBTQ sandwich?
So pedophiles are part of the LGBTQ community now?
Oh
they're trying to be. They're trying to co-opt it or something. I don't know.
That's fucking.
They do have their own flag actually.
Yeah, they also have an organization called NAMBLA, and then they also have like some other stuff. I don't know.
Boy Scouts.
So this is
Wait, the Boy Scouts?
What? It looks very much to me like a prank played by the right to try to get the all-inclusive left to bring in pedos, and therefore kind of delegitimize.
I don't think so because I'm googling it right now, and I actually found a website that says virtual pedophiles.
But keep in mind that they did do like similar things, and it ended up working. Like they did like a campaign like Draft Our Daughters to get the liberals to believe that it was a good idea to have equality by having women be drafted, and then people started supporting that idea.
Right.
Like
they
had another one where
oh my god,
they had another one where it was another thing where do you remember the fappening? Do you know what that is?
Oh yeah, I know what that is.
Yeah. So the fappening.
Let's give everyone some background. Yes.
The nude photos of a lot of celebrities got leaked online. It was called the fappening, and one thing that the people on 4chan thought would be funny is if they started a new hashtag called Leak for J-Law. J-Law was one of the people whose nudes were leaked, so they started a campaign where in order to show solidarity with the people whose nudes were leaked, you would post your own nudes on online, and a lot of people fell for it and started posting their own nudes online because they thought it was like a real what's it called?
Well, they also trick feminists into pissing themselves.
Oh, is that a free bleeding?
Piss for equality.
Oh, wait, what?
I just posted it.
I think they've also had this is like changed from back in the day when they used to just have like the iPhone I don't even know which one is worse, because the iPhone thing, like they would tell people like, oh, the new software update for the iPhone makes it waterproof, and then people would just immediately dunk their iPhones in the toilet or something, and then it would break, and then
or that you could recharge it in the microwave.
Yeah, you could recharge it in the microwave.
I was just gonna say that. Yeah,
they had one for like the iPad could work as a scale if you step on it. Yeah, this is.
And those screens crack when you don't stand on them.
You could basically poke it with a pillow, just like that robot in Aqua Teen.
Oh, and Jorge, before you click any further, don't keep clicking on links you see after you click on pedo. Just don't go down that rabbit hole. No, I just want to say.
Yeah, and don't go on the deep web unless you know what you're doing. That's like,
dude, this is on regular Google.
Don't go on Google either. Don't go on Google either. Just like,
dude, I just googled the LGBTQP acronym, and that's the rabbit hole.
Yo, did you know that if you use startpage.com, you can get Google results without having to use Google? I think I talked about this either last episode or 2 episodes ago.
Dude, I don't care. I live in Mexico.
Okay.
I mean, holy shit.
All right.
Okay. Wow. I just thought of it.
The guy on the video looks creepy as hell, dude. Have you seen those eyes?
Yeah. He looks like someone who touches kids.
Oh god.
Yeah.
I guess I'm glad that he doesn't like grown on men. So
at least you're safe.
Be safe, kids.
Okay. Someone dig us out of this rabbit hole. I don't want to be stuck in this well any longer.
So let me get this straight. So pedophiles are part of the LGBTQ community now?
No. Okay. No.
Okay.
And, guys, correct me if I'm being wrong, but no.
Honestly, I don't know. It's been speculated for a while that they would be.
Christ. Seriously?
Because,
really?
well, if you think about it, I mean, it is something that...
I'm watching, there is a video of LGBTQ march, and they are adding themselves in with their own flag, actually. They have this light color rainbow flag. They are using that. Yeah.
I don't know. I think that, like, it sounds like... Doesn't it sound like something that would be like a honeypot, though? Like, that would be a way to catch pedophiles by, like,
it's bullshit. No way.
Yeah, but 10 years ago, people would have said that about trans people. Like, adding trans people
to try to catch trans people? Like...
Oh, no, sorry, I misunderstood it. I thought you meant like a honeypot of the right trying to make fun of them.
No. I mean, like, what is like, like the FBI, like, was that you? That was you who was like, who was telling me about that video? What's that guy's called? Pop, something.
Oh, Pop Squad.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'd imagine that the left, if it's legitimate, that the left's acceptance of pedos would be specifically for non-offending pedos. Like, basically accepting it as a sexual orientation and endorsing the basically fapping to hentai or lolly and stuff like that, but not actual.
But it's not the same. I mean, these people want to have sex with kids.
Yeah, I mean, as I always point out, like, when it comes to lolly, like, technically, Yoko from Gurren Lagann counts as a lolly. Yeah, and Yoko counts as a lolly because she's like 14, right?
Who's
and then
Yoko?
You got that vampire who's like 1,000 years old, but she, is very short and very petite and very not well endowed. So
well, there's also been stuff about child sex dolls. Let me look that up.
How about we don't look that up? You don't want that in your search history.
Dude.
Listen, the list hasn't been founded yet. We do not yet have that nightclub where you have to be on the list to get in, right?
Okay, well, this is a New York Post article. So
even worse, right?
Well, the thing is that who cares if you are jerking off to some cartoons or to a doll? The thing is, as long as you are not doing that with a human kid, I guess that's okay. I mean, you're free to do as you wish.
Yeah, you can do it in Minecraft too, as long as it's not a little kid that's real. Then it's not a real kid.
Yeah, as long as you are not talking or touching a real kid, I guess it's not a problem.
I don't think that they have Pop Squad episodes where like they pose as a doll online. It's like oh hey, I'm a inanimate object. Hey, you want to meet up? And then like the guy shows up, and then like the guy's like, hey, what are you doing here? Although I did have an idea. I don't know if it was my idea or if I'm stealing it. Let's just say that it's mine, because that works better for me. So I had this idea where it would be called To Catch a Redditor, and what we would do is
To catch a Redditor, okay.
You would post something online, say like, oh hey, you want to meet up to get some free weed, or like, oh hey, blah blah blah, something like that. And then they show up, and then like when the guy's there, you just come out and you're like, hey, what are you doing here? And then like you get the chat logs. You say like, so you Reddit, and like is this your username here? And then they're gonna be like, yeah. And then you'll be like, so why are you here? This is a Reddit meetup. Only a Redditor would show up to something like this. And you have to try to get him to admit that he's a Redditor. And
we should definitely do that as a
you don't really have to, because most of these people just send their own pictures. So yeah.
But
they send their own pictures, maybe even video webcams. Who knows? In the original show, they got a lot of dick pics, I think it's called.
Oh.
In the original show with Chris Hansen.
Oh, that was a fucking close.
Oh yeah, they get dick pics up the ass.
Majority of those people got acquitted, I think, though.
Wow. Yeah.
In the original, yeah, because they had either entrapment clause or the age difference was not great enough to get a conviction, or the statement of intent wasn't strong enough, or something like that. I think that there were like a lot of different reasons why a lot of them didn't get convicted when it went to trial.
Well, actually,
it depends on the state a lot too.
Yeah, on the New York Post, somebody posted, Johnson Brown, I think, posted this article, says outrage over push to give pedophiles child sex dolls. That may even I don't know, that seems to make sense. I would rather give them some dolls to fuck over and leave the children alone.
No, I totally agree. So the thing that I think is a problem is when
it is degenerate.
But what I would see as the problem is if the left tagged on pedophiles to their LGBTQ stuff, and
they already
their
are.
push to normalize that and to erase the social stigma. Because people look at social stigma as purely negative. They don't realize that it plays a role in shaping our culture and keeping bad elements out of our society.
They're also kicking out the G, though. They're kicking out the gays, because the gays have been co-opted by the right wing because of Milo Yiannopoulos and Donald Trump. So
yeah, that's true.
But we're talking about fucking kids.
Yeah, that's not quite the same.
That's not. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's okay you want to fuck another man, but the thing is, in this case, we're talking about fucking people that cannot give you consent doing that.
Yeah, but I think the problem that I see is they would be thinking.
The same.
Well, they would be thinking, we're only talking about non-offending pedophiles, and we just encourage them, tapping into child sex dolls.
Oh yeah, that's totally fine for me, I guess.
Hey guys, you want a double stream with Hazen Cruz? Let's see if we can do a double stream. Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Let me ask him if he's up for it, because I don't know what his situation
this is a little distasteful given our topic of conversation. But are we gonna cross streams?
I think we're gonna cross the streams. Hold on. First, if you want to.
Who?
With Hazen Cruz. Hazen Cruz. Wow. He was on our show a while back. The episode before Gabraham did 3 episodes in a row, I think.
He's Gabe's twin.
Is he?
No, they sound alike to me.
No, because he's from the south and Gabe's from the north, so they speak differently.
Really? Well, I might be just a terrible judge of that.
This
operation is illegal. We get to take out a very bad man.
He's streaming on Twitch, and
oh, I mistyped it. Oh my god! I just Google HG dolls. Oh no!
Oh no, for real.
Yeah, nah.
Wait, HG dolls?
Wait, why? What is it? What is it? I'm not searching it, but tell me what it is.
I don't know what have you guys been talking about for like the total 30 minutes.
It's that.
Let's try cat dolls.
Oh gosh. It's like
It's literal cat dolls. Okay.
it's like older reborn dolls.
oh wait, okay, that's cool. Is this less boring for Interrogator? I mean, stuff we can talk about whatever you want, man.
Well, he typed something, so I guess he's at least listening.
Yeah, I think that
He's tapping for a long time right now.
How if somebody sees our chat history, how do we convince them that we're not into this stuff?
Oh my god.
You type in saying I disavow, and you also type in saying, well, okay, so Null in his Kiwi Farm stream, his go-to strategy is saying that he loves the nation of Israel. So that usually, and he has not been banned from YouTube. So as to whether that's the reason why or if it's just a coincidence, I don't know.
I will say plain, simply, come get me, I'm paying a drug lord for protection.
The rocks are OP.
I actually wonder if are Americans getting arrested for Googling something?
I don't think Americans are getting arrested for Googling something. I think you'll get arrested if you post, like, if you, I don't know if it's Googling. I think it, like, because the only thing I can think of that you can really get arrested for is doing something illegal, right? So,
or if you're like
selling
openly
drugs.
flamboyant about it, just like posting about it all the time that I'm doing this thing, and then get noticed
yeah, there was a
about
guy
that.
on Twitter. He was because if you look on Encyclopedia Dramatica, there is one pedophile guy who was talking about how he has like CP on a flash drive, and then he ended up getting arrested because he was always bragging about it on Twitter. It was
What is
Facebook or something.
CP?
Child porn.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I think they need to have evidence that you actually have it on a local drive. If it's just stuff you're seeing on the internet, I don't think they can do anything about it. They can't stop you from accessing stuff on the internet, but as soon as you download it, then it's a different story.
Or produce it.
Well, yeah.
Technically, whenever you browse the internet, you are downloading websites that you are looking at, but it's not like you're saving it. It's stored in like a cache, sort of.
Yeah, I don't know if that counts, honestly, because I don't know.
I think to be on a safe
intent.
The off chance that you enter United States, Jorge, and get internet connection, I wouldn't even just be anywhere near that stuff. Like, I wouldn't even. Obviously, I don't think you would want to, but I wouldn't even be on any related website that potentially has any of that.
Well, I guess as long as you are Googling about it, I guess you're safe because Google is basically destroying all that anyway. I guess. I don't think that if I put child pornography on Google, that it's going to actually give me a lot of pictures of child pornography. I don't think so. That would be very dumb on Google's
at the
part.
same time, I wouldn't
Depends.
I don't think so, though.
Oh, you want a real? If you want a real mindfuck,
Yo, did Jason jump in?
Because that would be a very
y'all be on your best behavior. I'm gonna stream.
We're talking about pedophiles.
No stereos jokes, okay?
No stereos jokes. We're not doing any jokes about that.
About what?
Rule
About
number one is in
stereos.
effect, so that's being adhered to.
Okay. And we cannot joke about.
I think Asterios. If Asterios wouldn't like it, then I guess that's what it's called. Yeah.
Somewhat, yeah.
So no N words.
No N words, no
okay.
nerds.
No nerds. Okay, no
No
nerds. Got it.
Okay. Yeah, I got it.
Should I send you an invite or how's this gonna work?
I can send you one. I think. Are you already in? Who else is playing? Anybody? Or just me and you?
Yeah, it's just me and you right now.
Okay.
So Hazen is currently streaming on Twitch, and we got like our panel.
Twitch lows then.
Cool. What's he playing?
They were playing Warframe.
Yeah,
Nice.
Warframe. It's okay. Most of it's fun. Some of the shit's still fucking bullshit though.
Yeah.
I remember when it came out, like what, like 3 odd years ago, if not more.
Yeah, it was something like that. I remember when it came out, and it was.
Everyone was on it.
When it came out, I hated it. I thought it was awful, but
yeah,
it's fine now. Like
yeah,
most of it is good. It's fun to play.
I was the same way. I played it probably a year after it came out. I'm like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing or what I'm supposed to be collecting, and just
there's
gave
no
up
conveyance. On it. Yeah, you'd like. Once somebody told me that the planets, you have to like do the little missions on the planet maps. You should pick the mission, by the way.
You want me to pick the mission?
Yeah, because if I'd pick it, it may be something that's like fucked up for you. But
I mean, I don't care if I'm dying every 5 seconds. You know, just something to.
I don't think you could do that but so many times though, and it ends the mission.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, whatever. So we'll just
potato attack. Thanks, buddy.
Can we talk about the new Doom movie?
Yeah.
Hold on, you're gonna have to say that again in a second. My follow alert's playing. It's really loud, obnoxiously so.
Follow? Does it do the same thing where it's like follow alert? Like.
No, it plays the "Follow Me, Set Me Free" song from Sonic Adventure 2.
Oh, nice.
Really loud, so much so that it scares the shit out of me sometimes if I'm not fucking looking for it.
Is that what Interrogator was doing this entire time? He was just playing War.
I don't know. Are you playing Warframe, Interrogator?
No, it'd show up on my Discord if I was playing a video game. Well, actually, I am playing a game, but it's not a Steam-based game.
Gotcha,
and yeah.
Is it one from those websites, the indie games?
Yeah, it's one of those.
Are you playing Y2K?
I'm playing Lily Knight Saga. It's a nice little RPG.
Lily Knight Saga. That definitely sounds Japanese.
Lily Knight Saga. So that's like what Yuriban. Like so what?
I don't know what it directly translates to Japanese, but yeah, it was a Japanese. It was translated.
Oh, okay.
Okay, because you know what Lily means in Japanese, right?
No.
It means it means Yuri, which also refers to like lesbian. Oh, where's that?
Lesbos.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a MOA thing on our team now. That guy's on our side.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how.
I can't really tell who's on our side in this game. This is like one of those weird games where it's like.
It's very hard to tell. Yeah. Even sometimes the other Warframes, I think, are enemies.
I think I'm racist against Warframes. I think that's one of them must be.
Yeah. Every time I see them, my dick gets hard. My blood boils. Fucking yeah, speaking of Yick, that guy, I saw him on Twitter. He sent me a copy of that game, and I'm gonna play it on stream at some point, probably next week.
Yeah, you know who shows that game a lot? That dude Ants.
Antoids, he loves that game. Yeah.
You know, the game where you get to play as Asterios.
Redheaded Asterios. You get to play as Pat and Asterios if they Dragon Ball Z fuse together.
Yeah. Oh, is that what they do now? Because like I think now, like whenever people talk about fusion, they refer to Steven Universe, but Steven Universe steals their ideas from everything. So I guess they stole. See.
I guess it works a little differently in that show, but Steven Universe is pretty shit anyway. So I'm gonna stick with my Dragon Ball Z analogy.
Well, they don't have people jumping into other people's pussies in Dragon Ball Z.
No, not yet. Anyway, I don't know. Maybe that'll be in Dragon Ball X or something.
Oh, okay.
Is there really a thing called that? I don't know.
Ultimate Instinct, jump into other people's pussies.
Yeah, you jump right into that slit. You get a new person.
I tried to cut a rock with my sword, but it didn't work.
I scant something.
Did you guys see the section in the manifesto about video games?
No.
I saw it talking about how Spyro 3 taught him ethno-national. That guy, man, what if that is really his manifesto, which I guess, I don't know, has it been confirmed he really did that or what?
It has to be. I mean, it lines up with his behavior from the video, and I mean,
it's
somebody pulled that out like within minutes.
There are, I think Justin Wang tweeted something about, and this is probably so true, that he tweeted something about how there is absolutely a journalist somewhere right now who is combing over Spyro 3 to see if there's anything ethno-nationalist about it.
Oh man,
like they really think or are gonna look for it as hard as they can.
Journalists are bad enough at video games as it is. I don't think they I think they need to get the basics down first of like learning how to move a character, and you know.
I don't think they care.
Oh, you know what? They'll probably have some half native trans person or something play it, and then they won't be able to beat it, and then they'll say, oh well, this game is only made for white people to beat, only white males can beat Spyro.
I like to watch the live streams of Mudahar, the guy who does Some Ordinary Gamers. He went on a huge rant against the guy who was the CEO of BioWare, the new one. Like when they released Andromeda, because Andromeda was such a shitty game. Like,
yeah, surprised AVGN didn't play it. It was so shitty.
Yeah, so basically what happened was...
All right, we got to hit these switches at the same time. There we go.
All right. Basically what happened was the CEO of BioWare was tweeting a lot of, like, anti-white, like, tweets and stuff like that.
Great. Yeah, of course he was.
Then Mudahar was like, yo, why you got to be racist against white people? I thought you guys were about not being racist. And then, like...
Oh, is that what I saw today?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Because like he went on a rant. He was playing Rainbow Six Siege, and then he fucking up a lot because you guys started getting mad at the CEO, and he started saying like, "Well, at least a white man can make a fucking video game," because like he liked the original Mass Effect series, but then
1 through 3 were great. Well, 3 was kind of weird at some.
The ending apparently was like not kind of.
The ending wasn't. It wasn't that it was bad. It was that there were 3 endings that were all the same ending at first when it came out.
Yeah,
they just like no matter what you chose, it was just like, what color do you like, and then that's the color the little laser beams are at the end.
Yeah, it was lazy.
Yeah, it was really fucking lazy. That's why people were pissed off about the ending, not because of how it was written or anything.
They actually promised that all the decisions from the first game to the second to the third were going to matter at the end, and it didn't come. It didn't came through.
Where are you from, Marseille? Uh-oh. I'm not trying to dox you. I think I know your accent. I have another friend who's from Marseille.
Oh, who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm Mexican.
You're Mexican?
Mexico.
Yeah. Oh, I was getting a fucking French vibe off you from that last little sentence.
I don't think so.
You gotta lay off the cafe, the lattes.
The lattes. I don't think
so. Yeah. They're turning you to Pepe Le Pew over there.
Pepe Le Pew?
But no,
yeah, it's the little how do you call it? The one that stinks a lot.
Yeah,
the one that's very licentious.
Yeah, he's a skunk.
Oh yeah,
Looney Tunes skunk.
So I was kind of thinking back to the Spyro
stealth approach, like
the Spyro 3 thing with him bringing it up. I could kind of see where he's coming from because it took me a little bit to think about it since I actually played Spyro 3. But the game is made up almost exclusively of, like, you're traveling as Spyro around these worlds that are basically being invaded by, like, different peoples.
Like Norks and stuff.
Yeah, not Norks, but, like, different, like, each world is kind of, like, set in its own, like, universe almost.
Good reaction times.
It's
like I was, like,
being invaded by, like, different things, basically. And you're repelling those things by the end of the world. Yeah. And then, saving those people, and then at the end of the world, they're like, "Oh, thank you for getting rid of this person, these people,
thank you for getting all these immigrants out of
here." Yeah, basically, yeah. If you want to take it there, yeah. So I can kind of see where he says that too.
That's kind of like how World of Final Fantasy is kind of very analogous to Brexit in a way, because you have this like federation that like a literal chain connects to your country if your country joins it or whatever, and a lot of industries, especially like our artisanal or artistic industries, they get really economically shafted if their country joins the federation. And some people want to leave, and then they say if you leave, you're bad, inexplicably.
If you leave, you're gay.
Well, the real life version is if you leave, then you're racist. Like that was the argument because despite England still being part of the Commonwealth or the Britain rather.
So they decide to take back their decision to leave.
They don't know what the hell they're doing.
I don't think they stayed in the European Union because they've already left the European Union. As far as I know.
Yeah, but
they left.
The argument that they're racist, though, I don't think that's like necessarily the case because the people from the Commonwealth countries can just freely move to Britain whenever they want. And
they're not saying no more brown people. They're just saying like, hey, we just don't want to be part of the EU.
Yeah, but the argument against it, a lot of the arguments were that it was racist. Even though
of course it is. It's because politics is Twitter now. Like anytime anybody does something you don't like in politics, you can point and go racist. You're racist.
I guess the original reason still stands because they left originally because they wanted to.
Wait! You guys tricked me. I banned Brexit like 2 episodes ago. How are we talking about Brexit here?
You bring it up.
I don't know. He started talking about Spyro 3, and I wanted to say, I see what you're saying, Interrogator. That's probably where the joke came from. But the sentence after that, he says that like Fortnite taught me to kill my enemies and floss on their corpses.
You're gonna go to
he didn't even do that, by the way.
Well,
so, obviously,
you couldn't see it from his perspective, but he might have been doing it. You never know.
I guess I would think there'd be like a Bob or something going on.
Do you need to customize or?
Nah, that's fine. I'll grab Limbo next time.
By the way,
Warframe, I got
that he just says no.
I listened from a podcast from gay developers that it seems that the reason that Andromeda was very buggy and really bad is because I think it's EA, the publisher. I think they make them. No, what was the name of the developer? I don't remember. They were forced. They were forced to work with a specific video game engine that was actually used for Battlefield 5.
Why?
So they, I don't know, but
because they want to show that video game.
The Frostbite engine.
No, it was. I think it was EA. It was a corporate decision to use a single. The same, how do you call it, video game engine for development of every single game under EA. And that didn't work very well for games that didn't do the FPS genre. So I guess RPGs didn't play very well with it. So, and the people working on BioWare didn't have too many experience with it anyway.
Yeah, that makes sense, because
because a lot of things like inventory and I think the skill trees didn't exist by default on that engine, so they basically had to create them from the
like Frankenstein them in.
Yeah, they did have to basically create it from scratch. In the past, they already have all those tools at hand on their previous engine. Yet seems like they were forced to work with an unknown engine on a short time notice, and that didn't work very well. That's what the developer of the game talked about on that podcast. I'm going to look for it because I don't remember right now where I listened to it, but that was the explanation of why the last Andromeda game was really bad. It's because a lot of developers were running from it because they basically didn't know how to work with the new engine. And basically the engine was created for first-person shooters and not so for RPGs. So that was the problem. They needed to create a lot of things that already existed on other engines, and they were basically working way too hard just to get into the starting line. So
yeah, basically what you're trying to say is the developers had to spend shitloads of time just trying to get the basics of what they'd need to get out of it for an RPG.
They were fucked,
and then
basically.
So like all the other departments like had to be put on the sideline for probably just hours wise, waiting for
they were making,
the development team on the engine to be able to even implement what they wanted to put in.
Yeah, they were making an Star Wars first-person shooter, I think, and they were also forced to do the switching into the engine. So a lot of projects at the same time were forced to use this single video game engine, and that was a really big problem for Andromeda.
Yeah,
especially in the animation section.
I bet just because they just wanted them probably to use it because it was Frostbite engine is owned by EA.
Yeah,
well, whatever. I don't know what engine they're using before, but it probably wasn't technically owned by EA, or maybe they just wanted everybody be on the same page and use the same engine.
That might be what it was.
That's Frostbite, because now that you actually mention it, I do remember now that that's the name of the engine that they were using.
Yeah, that's the Battlefield engine.
Yeah, they
made it just for Battlefield.
I don't know what the first engine was called, but I think BioWare actually developed it, because I know the first 2 Witcher games, I think, used that engine.
I don't know why they forced them to change. It's not.
Did you like the Witcher games? I haven't played them.
I didn't like the first 2 at all. I thought they were trash, but the
I
third
played
one's
3.
really good.
Yeah, I still playing it. I didn't finish it. It's really good.
I just couldn't get into any of them. Like, I don't.
Did you try and play the third one?
I did. Yeah, it's the damnedest thing. Like, everything seemed like I should like it, but I just never got pulled into it.
Maybe it was just there was just too much shit to catch up on.
Yeah, that's how I felt about Code Geass. I thought I was gonna like it a lot, but it ended up not.
Everybody loved that, but I didn't like it either. I didn't really like Darling and the Franks a whole lot either.
I like the character design though of Code Geass. I thought that they were very nice, but I just didn't enjoy the show.
Yeah.
Oh, so now you decide to say you don't like Darling and the Franks, Hazen?
I
like 02. I don't like anything else about that fucking show.
Yo, you should see there are some pretty decent cosplayers of that though.
There are some what?
Cosplayers that are pretty good.
Of 02?
Yeah.
Oh, I bet, yeah. That's a character that's made to be like fucking boys' peepees.
Ooh. Made to be looted.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she's basically the succubus archetype, right? Like
in some ways, I think.
Yeah, basically, if you want to take it that way.
You've done these missions right before, where you have to get the data without tripping the alarm.
I watch degenerate anime. Okay, so I watch Fruit of Grisaya.
Watch what?
Fruit of Grisaya. Pretty degenerate stuff.
I can't hear what he's saying. You're real quiet. Is he just quiet for me?
Yeah, it's quiet. Turn up your volume, maybe.
Or get closer to your mic.
My fault.
Or type it in the chat, because I don't know. I don't even know if you're pronouncing it right. Something a Gaigia.
Fruit of Grisaya.
It's already midnight here, guys. I need to go because I'm going to work tomorrow morning.
Oh, that's no problem. If you have to go, you have to go.
All right.
Yeah, I need to get some sleep.
Great.
Joining us for episode 3 of today. It's always interesting talking, but I appreciate it very much. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys for catching up with me, and I hope to come in later, I guess.
All right.
So see ya.
See ya.
See ya.
Jorge doesn't want to take care of other people's children.
Yeah, he basically said that if you adopt kids, that's not good for you.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose that's true for some people. But I guess it's also true that having kids is probably bad for some people.
Yeah.
I suppose he's one of those people who's very disapproving of Sargon then.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Wait, what are we supposed to do? We have to go to the...
I heard Sargon was going to do some kind of a stream, like dissecting the guy's manifesto or something.
That's going to be great.
Come on, like, maybe don't do that, Carl. It'd be funny. Everyone's gonna laugh at you, but I mean, that's maybe why you shouldn't do it. To like in your best interest, not to. But
he should learn
he's
from
also,
Monkey Jones.
but he's like the leader of like the whole group, like the Bunty King and all those guys, though, right?
yeah, because he's got the most subs. Yeah, so they
Oh,
all
that's
just
how it works.
bow
You're
down
ranked
to
by
him.
how many subs you have.
Yeah, however many subs you have, everybody wants to suck your dick because they figure if they're a fan of you, then your fans will also come in and fucking do that. Just like just like I did with the Dick Show.
I mean, just like I guess you could argue like that's kind of what people in general do. But,
yeah,
I don't know.
people attach themselves to communities, but the difference with the skeptics is that, or I feel like it is. I don't know any of these guys personally.
You sound like you're about to just gay or something. I don't know.
No, the difference with the skeptics is that they don't have. They feel so disingenuous about everything. Like I don't feel like they have any real interest in any of the shit they talk about. They just talk about like shit for views. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, the harmful opinions thing was kind of my realization of that.
Yeah, harmful opinions is great. I like that guy. He seems like he's genuinely interested in shit.
We were talking earlier about trying to get Dame Pesos for some reason.
Oh, to do
the voice acting of one of the characters from when we read the Mega Man comic strip, Bob and George one. I pulled the wrong trigger to float.
Oh yeah, it's the aiming trigger. Yeah, I think his DMs might be open on Twitter, or they used to be. I know I DM'd him before we followed each other. If he even follows me, I don't know if he follows me, but yeah, he's pretty easy to get a hold of.
He seems like a very
energetic,
cheerful individual. So
yeah, he loves a good laugh. Damn, I'm gonna fall off.
No, but I think it feels like the Dick Show, like I don't know if it's like a community or whatever. Like it is a little bit less one-sided-ish, I guess. Okay, you
say that again. Sorry.
It seems a lot less one-sided compared to a lot of other communities in terms of like if people interact with other people in it, something like that.
Yeah, it is, and there's people with differing viewpoints around the Dick Show too, and they come on the show and talk. Like, I don't think it would get very much more different politically than between Asterios and Dick, like what people believe, but they're friends, and they don't let the fact that shit, they believe different shit get in the way, and I don't know. That's nice to see. That's I
mean, I think that it's a little bit different when Driver Shaft decides to drop some jokes on him and.
See him here? I don't see him.
No, but but that was I guess.
You left the squad, bro.
There is a lot of beefs though, and that's why I started that net beef site, because I was like, yo, it's so hard to keep track of everything. I want like a easy to understand, like digest of it.
Yeah. Let me try and get you guys in here. Hold on. I think Max is wanting to play too.
Which one? Maxwell Kimball?
No, it's another guy I'm friends with. Fuck, dude. You gotta add me on your friends list, I think, first, Max, so that I can bring you in.
Okay, so it's actually like an overlap of several communities. It's like so. Oh wait, who's? Let me check Discord. Who's still in? Like so Collector and Taze are like people I know IRL, I guess, and then I guess the rest right now are Dick Show people, and then Jorge is just a guy I just met on Twitter randomly when I was going through the what was it called? Learn to Code hashtag. Yeah.
You go to this, Max, and you add people this way somehow, or like this. Let me send you an invite.
Oh, okay. Let's.
I think you just go to friends.
All right.
And somehow through here, there's a way to add friends. I think. Jeez, I don't know. Why is it? Here it is. Add friend.
Just
Yeah, it is it's quite a crowd in here, and I haven't seen some of these people before, so I was wondering who they were. But yeah, it's nice to meet you guys.
Yeah, it's always nice to meet other people, chill people.
I was
Yeah,
the
just
potato attack there. So, so yeah.
That guy's like far away. I can't really. I don't know if it's just me. I can't really hear him. He's so
Yeah, my
far
fault.
away.
Yeah, it's not just you. He's kind of quiet.
He's a quiet boy.
You want me to pick a mission, or the other guy Max gonna pick it?
I don't know, Max. Where you at, man? Did you add me?
Hey, how's the volume now?
Yeah, it's about the same.
About the same?
Yeah, let me see if I can turn you up, maybe.
All right. I set it to, it was 100%, and I set it to 180. I'll just max it out. Why not?
I got you up to 200%.
I'm gonna select a thing, or are you in the middle of something?
I'm getting Max in here, but it's okay. You can keep the mission up, I think. Oh, Max is level 0. I hope you've gone through the tutorial, Max, because if you haven't...
So we're gonna do some more Earth missions. He can pick a Earth mission then.
He has. Okay. All right. Let me get you in here. You just press start next. I don't know anything about keyboard stuff with this game, so I can't really tell you what to do with that.
Yeah, I use
trying to play
controller
on
as
keyboard.
Well, mainly I use controller. Like for shooter games, I would usually use a, but I'm using controller because of the way my computer is set up currently. I have too many mouse pad titties in the way of getting into a comfortable position.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
I got this game. To me, it's like the movement system is why I choose to usually. Wait, did I not get the? Oh, I don't have enough shit to.
I'm trying to make my character dance or something.
Neuros. I need neurodes. I need neurodes for damn everything, man. Is it letting you in, Max? As soon as you press start or escape, it's going to be like right there, the invitation. So don't press anything else until you have a look down there and see what you need to press to accept it.
No, my network is kind of having a problem. Okay, Max joined.
We're in.
Yeah, you have like 3 upload streams going. You have
the
stream, the Discord, and the game.
Do you use Restream?
We used to, but then Stream.me stopped working. So.
Oh, is that how it primarily works? Is through that?
Well, no, because we used to stream to YouTube and StreamMe, but StreamMe went down, so now we're just only doing YouTube. And actually, I think Interrogator was the one who's streaming now because.
Are you streaming on Interrogator Facebook?
No,
he's streaming on our channel. We just gave him the stream.
I sent you that thing. Yeah, they gave me the stream key. So once I got everything set up in OBS to stream it, I went live with it.
Yeah,
luckily he changed the name of the stream, so it kind of reflects the theme of, I guess, technically this episode, but at first they had the name. Since I don't have access to their Facebook stuff, it originally had the name of the last episode on it, I think. But they changed it, so it says, what's it say? Interrogator has a stream key, no ban, please.
Yeah.
Stream Me is, like, how long has it been offline?
Oh, these double blade things that you start off with in the beginning of the game are not bad.
Dual blades?
Yeah, the something prime. Who's this guy?
But no, I think I'm gonna end it now since it's just you two playing Warframe, and the conversation kind of died down for now. So.
Okay.
All
right. So anybody watching this other than us and watch it in the viewer, this is now officially the end of whatever episode this is.
I think
Thanks
it's episode
for
21.
watching. See you next time.
Yes.
See you next Tuesday.
Like, subscribe. Hit
Yeah,
the bell.
subscribe. Like,
give us money, please.
Give us money.
Donate
Leave
to whatever's in
comments so we
the
look like
description of
we
the
have a
video.
There's
And
no actual
see you
donate link,
next time.
but- Okay.
See you next time.
See you guys.